Alright, everybody out there in YouTube land. This video here is basically going to kind of be an update on two of my previous videos, namely how to turbo your Honda over the weekend and how to turbo your stock motor Honda. What I mean by that is, about 2 years ago I built this here setup. If you saw my video, go, you know what I'm saying. If you haven't, go watch it. It's how do you turbo your Honda over the weekend. I get a decent mix of feedback from all my people that view it. Namely, a lot of guys saying, yeah, we like this video, and this is awesome, it helped us a lot. And then you have the few that claim it can't work the way I did my setup, it won't work. Well guys, here we are 2 years later. The car gets pounded every weekend at the track. I run in the points in the Sport Compact Series in this car. I actually took first 2 years ago, second last year, and this year I'm currently in first as we speak. I guess I should turn this down a little bit. The point of this is I want to show you guys that here we are almost 2 years later. The video has been uploaded for probably about 1.5 years. But I actually did this build about 2 years ago, and it's still running strong. Best pass, actually a new personal best in it. That's actually probably on YouTube, I think. 10.74 at 133 on street tires. The way you see it sit, the way this car's sitting right here in my garage. Don't pay no attention to the 1149. There's a story behind this. My local track actually started cracking down on me here recently because I don't have a roll cage. And they're auto dialing me now when I come over on Friday nights to 1149, 1150, because that's what the NHRA, IHRA says with no cage I can run. So don't pay no attention to that. You can watch my videos and see it definitely runs plenty faster. But yeah, motor works great. 2 years later, runs like a champ. Did everything in the video. And today we actually went to the dyno with Fred's car, my buddy, and his car was the one we did in the How to Turbo Your Stock Motor Honda. And that lasted all last season, and well, all of the end of previous season, and then all of last season. He actually took first place in points last season with that car, running it every weekend, in and out. We kept turning it up. There's a video I think at the end of that segment where we show him making like 370 horse, but we kept turning it up. And at the I think it was the second to the last race of last season, he finally blew it up. But we were pushing the thing way harder than we dyno tuned it at. We knew that with the stock rods, stock pistons combo, 370, 350, 370 was our limit, and that's where the dyno stopped us at, when we told our tuner to hold us there. But we got greedy. It was the end of the season, and he wanted to do this type of a build. So he went ahead and pushed it, and we went for some mile an hour. We ended up hitting 100 and... Oh, Fred will have to chime in if he watches this, but 129. I think mile an hour we hit in his car there right before we finally bent a rod. That's what happened. It bent a rod. Just overpowered it. And finally put a little bit of a bend into it. So motor still ran. Drove it back to the pit and put it on the trailer and everything. But we knew it was hurt. But anyway, moral of the story is yesterday, or 2 nights ago, we finally finished his up with the exact same method that this was done with. We left the motor in the car. We pulled the head. You watch my How to Turbo Your Honda over the weekend. Bam, same exact thing we just did to his. In fact, ours are about virtually identical, except for I'm a B18C, where he's an LS VTEC. But we both went with the stock bore J&E pistons and the Eagle rods. Very similar setup, stock bores. His turbo kit's a little different than mine as far as the turbo size, but the rest is about the same. I'm going to post his dyno video and stuff in with this here at the end, and you'll see we took it to the dyno today. Made we had almost 70% humidity, 90-degree temperatures, and it made 476 at the front wheels, on pump gas. And we're taking it to the track this Friday. We're going to see what it runs, what mile an hours. But this video is just to give all you who watched my video and said, yeah, that's awesome, and we love it. This is to show you that, hey, it's still going strong, still working like a champ. And also for all those of you who say, it can't work, you forgot to do this, you didn't do that, blah, blah, blah. Watch all my other How to Turbo Your Honda videos because, I did show you the stuff that some of you bitch about in those other videos. Each one caters to a different type of person. But for those of you who thought this one wouldn't last and it's going to blow up, it's still here, it's still running. I mean, this car here is an experiment in action. I don't know how many Honda main vehicles I have crammed into this one little chassis. For those of you who don't know, this car is actually all-wheel drive now. Today I just put the tranny back in because I replaced the clutch. The clutch was getting wore. And while I had the tranny out, I discovered a little slick method for putting a Prelude 5th gear into a CRV transmission. Had a guy out in California, Syncrotech. He sliced the Prelude 5th gear in such a way that it went right into CRV tranny. It works like a champ. Dropped me almost 1,000 RPM in 5th gear at highway cruising. Phenomenal upgrade. I love it. I just had it out for a test drive. But yeah, this car's got, I don't know how many different models of car. And I mean, look, we got Acura Integra GSR power plant. We got Honda CRV transmission and transfer case. Got Honda Wagavan drive shaft and rear end setup. Prelude 5th gear inside the transmission. B series, some B series parts in there too, which I won't bore you guys with all those details. It's kind of a custom transmission, but yeah, so this thing here is phenomenal and it works like a champ. Now I'll switch over here and show you Fred's dyno session and you can see what he made. And just wanted to give you guys a small update. Sorry, no tech in this actual video. I don't have any tech for you, but I want to reassure those of you who were maybe on the fence about whether this would work or not, that it indeed works fine. In fact, a little unknown fact about this car too is I sold this car last season for a while. I sold this car to a guy up in Connecticut. I'm in Pennsylvania, and it left my possession, you know, and he took it and beat on it. He took it and ran it. He drove it between Connecticut and New York. He was a college student. Don't know how hard he beat it. You know, he claimed he drove it pretty normal, only drag raced it a couple times, but you know how that goes when you have this much horsepower. I'm sure he was stomping on it. So even with that guy out there running it and beating it hard, motor still works great. Working like a champ. Doesn't leak, doesn't smoke. Good. So now we'll show you Fred's video and let you guys get on with your day. It's turbo hatch, stock bore LS VTEC, final pull. Okay, I get to drive it before you anyway. I'm going out on the street too for him. .476.
Yep. 313.
313 torque. 476 wheel horse. 313 torque. Hey Derek, can you switch it to the graph?
Yeah.
And that was how many pounds? 21 pounds of boost.